Welcome to GLIAC Media Day 2011. I'm JJ Bain with a preview of the Grand Valley State University Lakers. I'm joined by their head coach, Matt Mitchell. Matt, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
And your team coming off another playoff appearance from a season ago, but it ended sooner than your program and your fans have grown accustomed to.
Yeah, we were able to keep some things going in the first year. We had our 10th straight 10-win season, 10th straight trip to the playoffs, and we were able to win the conference. But we went on the road and lost in the second round of the playoffs, and so I think that's probably the last thing all of us coaches and players have in our mouth here is that playoff loss. So we're excited to get back to work for the season. And
you've got some competition brewing at a few places, including the quarterback position.
Yeah, my second year we got another new quarterback, so we've got to go a little bit through that again. We had a new quarterback my first year. We'll have a new quarterback my second year. So we've had great competition throughout the course of spring. We've had 4 guys that have been battling it out at that position, which is kind of rare to have 4 guys in competition. I'd say coming out of spring, Heath Parling, a sophomore from down in Salem, Michigan, has done a great job, and probably has a lead heading into it, but we've yet to make a decision on who our starter will be for the first game.
Well, whoever's throwing the football, he knows he's going to have some targets to throw to because you've got quite a stable of receivers returning.
Yeah, we've got some great competition that's going to happen in camp at our receiver positions, along with some guys that have made some plays. Javon Augustus led our team in yards per catch, so our big play threat, and then Greg Gay led our team in receiving yards and a number of receptions. So we've got 2 guys that have made a lot of plays in our conference, and then mix in some younger guys and some other receivers that can do some different things. Our 2 tight ends are coming back, Tony Curry and Andrew Lorman, and then we return our second leading rusher, Norman Shuford. So we feel like at the skill positions, we've got some guys that have played, and we also had some talent that we've got to develop with some younger guys.
Well, you mentioned Shuford at running back, but I know the pattern has kind of been to spread the wealth at the backfield, and you've got some other guys who expect to help shoulder the load.
Absolutely. We've never had just one tailback at Grand Valley, and we won't. We feel like throughout the course of a long season, we want to distribute the carries a little bit to keep guys fresh and to keep the opposition off balance. So in addition to Norman, Hershey Jackson, a local product from Allendale, had a really good redshirt freshman year last year. We expect him to step up. Jake Aberg is a transfer that was with us in spring from Minnesota, and he's coming in. And then also Mike Rattay is a tailback out of Chicago that we're looking for some things too. So I think we've got 3-4 tailbacks that can compete in this league. It'll be interesting to see how the battles shake out.
You had some losses on the offensive line, but you got some folks returning there also.
Yeah, I got a couple guys coming back. Jim Hardy's played a ton, and Tim Lolito's played a ton, but that's probably the spot we're going to have the most new faces on our offense, and we're going to have some younger guys, some redshirt freshmen and some sophomores really step up for us. So that's probably the thing in camp that we're looking forward to the most, is seeing how our offensive line shakes out. We've got some guys coming back that haven't played a ton that are upperclassmen and some talented underclassmen. We've really got to try to sort out who are our top 7-8 guys in that interior, and we're not always just going to play 5 guys. I don't think it's realistic to play 5 offensive linemen throughout the course of a season, so we have to get a solid 8-9 guys ready to go, and that will be the biggest challenge for us this fall camp.
Switching to the defensive side of the football, I think some of the biggest names are going to be people who didn't suit up for you in 2010 but had in previous seasons.
Yeah, 2009, Danny Richard was a first ballot All-American and tore his ACL in the national championship game, and then during fall camp last year in 2010 tore it again. But we had the rehab and it's going great, and the surgery went well, and so he's back. And I'm just hoping Danny can finish out his career healthy, because he is a very good player. And then Andre Thomas and Ryan Wheat and Blair Hollis were guys that sat out in 2009, are back with us. And then we had some younger guys that had to play last year that did a great job for us, Brandon Allen and Ryan Pettis and Ricky Thomas and Hunter Charneski. So I think we have a lot of depth on our defensive line, and we also have some guys that have proven, albeit maybe not all last year, but in the last 2 years, that they've made a lot of plays in our program, made a lot of plays in there. So I'm excited about that group and the potential that it has.
Then you've also got some guys who are familiar names like Zach Breen, who's returning on defense as well.
Yeah, but between the next levels of defense, we've got Luther Ware, who played a ton as a redshirt freshman, as all-conference, and so he's coming back for second-year eligibility, and Brad Howard has played. And we've got some other younger linebackers, and then the back end of our defense, we had to play some younger guys too. Breen has to sit out the first part of the season. We'll be back after the 5th game, and so we're excited to get Zach back. But we also had to play with some guys like Mike Hatcher and Reggie Williams and some redshirt freshman guys that kind of took their lumps at times, but they're back after a year of experience. And so, again, it'll be a mixture and an infusion at both the linebacker and also the secondary of some older experienced guys that have played in our league with some younger talent that played for us last year's redshirt freshmen. So it'll be interesting. We're going to have to do a good job coaching up those 2 positions this fall camp.
What do you want to see from your squad on special teams?
I think we have a lot of guys on special teams that can make a lot of plays. We have a lot of guys in our linebacker core, young guys and those type of things. So as has always been the case at Grand Valley, our special teams set up field position for offense and defense, and we had the opportunity to change some games with some block punts and doing some things. So I anticipate that group will be good again. We're just going to have some younger talent. We're going to have to really coach them up and to be effective on those teams. But I think our special teams and our defense is really going to have to help set up our offense, especially earlier in the year with some inexperience at the offensive line and obviously inexperience at the quarterback.
Well, you've got some inexperience in places, some returning experience in others. Matt Mitchell, good luck to you and the Lakers in 2011.
Thank you very much.
And we hope that you have enjoyed this 2011 CLIAC Media Day preview of the Grand Valley State University Lakers.